Hello, and welcome again to another episode of Third Action. This is our second of the two secret Greshy episodes. Here with me again this week, as in the same week that we filmed this, is Will playing.
It's totally different because I'm not wearing glasses this time.
Oh, okay. Oh, I should have taken off my hat or taken off my glasses. And I, of course, am your lovely GM, Jason.
Glasses, the ones that I've got right here. So, you know,
Yeah,
they went very far.
If you need them.
They went very far.
Yeah, I should have changed to my blue coat instead.
I was thinking that. I was like, I could just take off my sweatshirt, but oh well.
You've fallen for our ruse, friends. This is the second week of temporary filler episodes. Not filler, but backstory, I guess. I like to think of them as backstory.
Yeah. What adventures?
We're just going to kind of jump in where we left off with this, the 22nd episode. Oh, I should update the screen here. Yes, it's still the 22nd episode. Or now it's the 22nd episode. We return to Greshy Ironroot, currently known as Dag Nabber, a lowly citizen of Magnamar, a vagabond, a rogue, if you will, who has found himself in a spot of trouble, investigating a strange murder? Eating?
Question mark?
In the streets beneath the massive bridge of Magnamar. He turned to a local gang for their help, and was granted 2 people to assist him in his investigation of this incident. One of them, a large and burly human by the name of Squid, and another kind of fanciful man by the name of Dandy, or by the nickname of Dandy, as Greshy has given him. They are both
well
members.
deserved.
They are both members of the Night Scales, a local crime syndicate that has been trying to get Greshy to join, and he hasn't been super into it. And so I guess we'll go and start with you had just made your way over to the clock tower where this trail of blood led you. Squids had tried to open the front door, was unsuccessful. Dandy, growing impatient, walked away, kind of ignored him, had Squids try a window. Seemed to be making progress on that when a group of hooded miscreants step out from the shadows and surround you. And that is where we stopped last time. So now, let's go ahead and roll some initiative, I think.
All right then.
I will switch over to this alleyway, which I guess I'll need to
Look how adorable everyone is.
Oh, this is gonna be so hard to pan around. Okay, you got a 21 on your initiative.
I did indeed.
The rogues have a 19 on theirs. We'll do Squids as well. Squids has a 17. That's this dude that's right next to you. And this last guy has a 23. Okay, so sounds of combat. As a group of rogues all kind of emerge from the shadows, you see Dandy amongst them. This very smarmy looking fellow over here.
Very dapper over there. Bastard.
He is, in fact, first on initiative. He draws his rapier. I'm sorry, Mr. Old Nabber, but I think today you shall die. I've had enough of your insults. Now, men, attack! And he just gestures for his compatriots to attack. Dag Nabber, what would you like to do?
Oh, well, this is going to be a bit of a problem. I see. Looks like there's a building over here, a couple alleyways that these folk are coming out of.
Yes.
So with these larger, okay.
Yeah, it looks like there's currently 6 rogues and Mr. Dapper himself.
I'm Mr. Dandy. I'm going to go... I think I'm going to try and hide over here a bit around the corner of this building. I'm going to squeeze between the clock tower here to the north and this little alleyway, or through this alleyway here next to it, to the west.
Okay.
Like, and 15, 20 for one movement, 5, 10, 15, 20 for the second movement. Actually, we'll hang out here at the corner. Not exactly hidden from everybody, but it is an action to hide, if I recall correctly.
Yes, it is an action to hide. Yes.
So we'll see if we can sneak into the shadows there and be a bit more stealthy. It'd be a nighttime and all. Fortunately, that's only a 10 on that stealth roll, but we'll see if that works.
Okay, so you try and slip off into the shadows behind the building there. But you do kind of trip and tumble along, amidst your rags, and you're kind of making quite a bit of a shuffle as you hurry over there.
Aye.
The rogues, some of them have daggers out, some have drawn crossbows, and let's see. I'm gonna need to make this map bigger, aren't I? I should always know that players will immediately go into the corners.
I mean, I'm looking for an alleyway to hide in. There's only like one that hasn't been occupied.
That's true. Let's, can I move everybody at once? Kinda. Cool.
Sure. That'll do.
And of course I can't zoom Roll20 super well. Oh, come on. Let me move you over a little bit more.
Sure. Whatever works.
Whoops. There we go. Okay, now you're at least visible on stream. Okay, so
I was trying to hide from them too.
From the viewers, thanks. Very useful. Okay, some rogues are gonna make some movement around the map. I guess they have to kind of make perception checks. So one of them, as closest, has spotted you, spotted at least where you ran to, and will start moving. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He sees you there around the corner, and with his dagger drawn, he is going to try and slash at you. That is a natural 20 for a critical hit.
Oh, okay.
Daggers are 1d4, right?
Aye, they're 1d4.
Thank you. That is 5 points of slashing damage as he rounds the corner and jabs the dagger into your arm. Blood runs down the side of your arm and drips onto the ground. And he's going to take a second slash at you. This one is only an 8 to hit.
8 does not hit, no.
Okay, so he pulls out the dagger and goes for a overhand swipe. You manage to duck under this one. The other rogues are all going to run towards you. I think that'll be there. It's what, 25, 30, it's 30. Oh, sorry, 25 to 50. Yes, there we go. 50-ish, 50-ish. Just gonna have them all run in. Most of them have daggers drawn, but we'll say 3 of them have crossbows out, and they'll be able to get 1 shot in at you. First one is a 11 to hit.
Does not hit.
Okay. Second one is a 16.
Does not hit.
Okay, and third crossbow bolt is only a 5.
Also does not hit.
Okay, so multiple crossbow bolts go zooming through the air. And all of them miss you as you're kind of tucked in behind the building there. Squids is looking confused. What? Boss? And he will miss his turn. You fools! Don't let him get away! Dandy is going to try and... Let's see what he's going to do. He's going to try and head you off if he can. 50 is over here. He's going to kind of loop around the buildings. Okay, he's going to try and come around a back alley there. And it is your turn, Dagnabber. I'm going to quickly draw in some more buildings since you're back here in the corners, I guess.
Of course. Suppose, since this guy has come to say hello to me right away, I will take a stab at him with my dagger. The one I had drawn.
Okay.
That is only a 14 to hit, though.
14 will hit his AC.
All right. For a total of 4 piercing damage.
Okay. You stab back at the rogue, jabbing your blade into his shoulder, dealing quite a lot of damage for a low level. He's pretty badly hurt.
All right. Suppose...
damn it!
I will... Not exactly fond of staying here either. But... Oh, this is a tough situation. Don't know what Squids is doing over there. Gonna pull my second dagger with my second action. And we'll go ahead and give him another swipe with the offhand instead this time.
Okay.
That's just... Oh, that's the wrong roll. Ignore that. That's more accurate, though. That's a 9 to hit.
9 to hit? Okay. You... Wait, what was not accurate about the...
I rolled my... It was my first attack. That should have been my second attack for the...
Oh, I see. Okay, well...
It's too big of a bonus.
You swing with a 9 to hit and miss. The rogue kind of stumbles back a bit. And I think that's your turn because you drew...
Yep, that's the end of my turn.
Okay. That one is, since he is injured, he's going to kind of step back and stumble out of the way. Not wanting to die in this encounter. The other rogues are going to try and catch up. So 5, 10, 15, 20. 25. This rogue managed to swoop up around you to block your northern exit and is going to stab at you. That's a 7 to hit, and second attack is a natural 1. So blades go swinging. You manage to block the first one, and the second one you kind of wave your rags, like one of your arms in front of him, and it catches the rags instead of your arm, and just like cuts through them, cutting the suit arm of the suit that you're kind of wearing underneath.
It's a 9. All right.
That was one. That was 2 rogues. Let's see. Rogue number 3, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. It's going to kind of swoop around from the back to try and block your exit to the west. And is also going to stab at you. That's a 15 to hit.
Does not hit.
Okay. And second attack is a natural 20.
That'll hit.
Okay. So 2 more of these attacks. So that's another 5 points of slashing damage.
Ooh. Even though.
See, managed to catch you in the back of the neck from behind. The other 3 all had crossbows out, so one of them is going to put away his crossbow, draw his dagger. As the second action, is going to move into position to kind of surround you. The other 2 are going to move a bit closer if they can, and both fire crossbows, but you have soft cover in this scenario, or you're being screened. I forget what the screen bonus is. I should remember this.
I think it's either 1 or 2.
That is a 14 to hit.
Will not hit.
And like a negative on the second. Sorry, no, it would be negative. It would be a 4 total.
Okay, well, still no. I'm pretty sure that wouldn't hit.
Okay. Squids is just, I don't know. I'm confused. The leader of the bunch, where is he? Sorry, I can like zoom in on the map, can't I? There we go. So all the viewers can see. All right. Dandy, frustrated that this is taking so long, is going to run in. He can get here, and then he'll get up to there. Okay. So he's coming around behind from where you were trying to go initially. You can't escape us, old man. This is where you'll die. And well, I guess he could actually move in, and he's gonna. That's all of his movement though, for all of his actions. So, Dagnabber, it's your turn.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. And I had no. I'm in a bad spot. Damn, that's a tight spot. It's a Hail Mary pass here. That magic, or I assume it's magic, it's glowing. That statuette that I found. Is there any way to activate that without knowing what it does?
You have no idea. You think about the statuette. You could try and pull it out if you want.
You know what? I think I am gonna go ahead and take an action to pull that out of my robes.
Okay, you reach into your robes and pull out the glass dog, which is still giving off this kind of light, eerie glow to it. Somehow you feel safe. Fills you with determination. Sorry, I should have delivered that a little bit more carefully, but
it's fine. I almost want to smash it. See if there's something hidden inside that would come out if I did so.
Oh, there's 4 perfectly good rogues you could smash it against.
There's the thoughts. I was just gonna throw it to the ground, but Dandy has such a nice face. Perhaps it would be worth ruining a little bit there. And I will turn to him as he approaches and shove that against his face as hard as possible.
Okay, so give me an attack roll. So D20 plus Dex plus, I guess, your unarmed proficiency.
Which is, I think, just the standard. Unarmed would be 3.
Okay.
Plus Dex, which is 3. For a total of 9.
Okay, you chuck the dog at him. He ducks, and the glass dog smashes against the building behind him, and just shatters into just like blue sparkles. What would you like to do with your third action?
I'm going to try and stab him while he's distracted.
Okay.
We'll go with our offhand here. That's a
I'll give you a
second
plus.
strike.
Oh, okay. Well, you didn't need one.
So that's a 21 to hit on that one.
All right, 21 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
And that is wait, that's not right. Should be 4 plus dex, so 7. Should be 7 piercing damage.
4 plus. Oh, are you? Oh, you're
That's
a rogue, right?
I am a rogue, and it's a finesse weapon.
Sorry, how much damage was that?
Should be 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage. You, he's distracted by the dog. You you lunge at him, stab him right in the neck. He.
Ooh. And who's dying tonight, Dandy?
And you pull the dagger out.
Hmm.
He collapses to the ground.
And I turn to the others and just growl. Which one of you fucks is next?
When you say that, you hear something from the alley behind you. And a massive Doberman appears from the shadows and leaps out and tackles one of these guys. And how much damage is that? He tackles this rogue that's right behind you and rips his jaw into the man's neck, instantly eviscerating him. That's a little light for this dog's part, but
there you go.
yeah,
That's a bit
it
better.
growls, barks, and just tears into this guy's flesh. That's its second action, and it'll turn and attack the one of the other rogues that's beside you. That will also hit. And this is not an injured one, but that will still kill it. It turns, grabs this guy's leg, and just rips bone from flesh. He screams out in pain as he collapses to the ground, holding the now badly broken leg. The rogue's turn. They are fucking spooked. They start to bolt immediately. Squids 2 is seeing whatever the hell that is. He spooks out and makes a very sudden run for it.
You should tell the Night Scales what happened tonight.
That's combat.
Greshy does turn quickly on the dog with his dagger still out, just in case.
It looks up at you with these kind of steely blue eyes. And it's kind of haunting, really. Yeah, it's completely silent. Doesn't make any sound. As it just kind of stares at you. Its muzzle like dripping with blood.
Greshy will sheath both of his daggers and gingerly put a hand out toward the dog to let him sniff.
It walks closer to you, sniffs at your hand, and then licks it.
Then he gets scratches. You did good.
Give me I guess it's nature is animal handling, so nature.
Yes. Nature check there. 24.
Okay, you lean in to give it some scritches, and begrudgingly it seems to accept. And the whole time it's just kind of steely blue eyes just staring straight at you.
You're a good boy. Did you get your fill, or did you want to eat more of the dandy over there?
And it turns and looks at the bloodied man's corpse.
Oh, before you do, and I'm gonna go and take whatever sort of coin he's got on him. Might take his hat as well. It looks nice.
You kneel down, take his fancy hat, rummage through his pockets, and you do find a single. Well, you find all the coin that he took from you earlier.
Oh, good.
In his own coin pouch, along with another 5 silver, and
Sure.
maybe about 15 more copper. You also find his. He's got this nice looking rapier.
Sure. It's not really my style, but either I'll sell it or maybe I'll learn how to fight fancy like he does.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like something that you could probably pawn off for a bit of coin.
Make something out of that. I'll take that as well. Now, do any of the others look like... Do any of them look like they're part of the Night Scales as well? Or were they just possibly ruffians he decided to bring with him?
Let's see. Do you have... how many corpses are there?
I think there were 2.
Yeah, there's 2 corpses plus him. So you make your way over to one of the bodies. They're all dressed in black, which isn't quite the Night Scales look. They more dress in kind of just simple browns. And you rummage through his clothes looking for any kind of interesting signs, symbols, anything. And you just come across embroidered. So his inner clothes looks like fairly standard, like workman's clothes. Underneath the sort of black cloak and outer shirt, he's got simple workman's clothes with a 7 embroidered in the fabric.
7. Don't think I'd know anything about that, would I?
Give me a Magmar lore.
Yeah. See if that rings any sort of bells. Looks like a 16 on that.
16.
Total.
You don't remember hearing anything about any 7 or
7
anybody
games
who uses 7 as a symbol or anything like that? No.
That's unsettling. Well.
And you check the other body. They too, on their sort of inner clothing, they're wearing what looks like maybe like their day job is like a baker or something. But they also have this mysterious 7 embroidered into their undershirt.
Well, not sure what to do with these. Eat your fill if you must, dog. Whatever. Doesn't seem to have any sort of collar on it, would it?
No, it's completely collarless. And when you say that, it seems to take your... you're not sure if it really understands you, but it seems to have taken your approval as a go-ahead, and just silently walks up and begins feasting on this soul. One of the souls. All 3 of the souls.
All 3 of those poor bastards. Well, I feel a little bit better about you eating them than whatever that other thing was that I saw. That thing's eyes flashed red when it saw me.
Yes.
The big thing.
Yes.
And these are blue. Okay, so there's a moment that I thought maybe I'd found the creature, but taken a different farm, but I don't know much about that magic.
After a few moments, the dog seems to have had its fill, and it gets up, kind of kicks the bodies a bit, and then walks over to you and sits.
It's been a very long time since I've had a Phelan. I'll scratch his neck a bit more behind the ears.
Yeah,
you want to come with me?
It seems to just kind of... It doesn't even hesitate at your touch. And when you say that, its tail, a little nub of the tail kind of wags a little bit. Do German Shepherds have full tails?
German Shepherds do usually. Dobermans are often...
Right.
Dobermans are often docked, but I believe they have to be manually docked.
Okay. Nah, he's got a little nub.
All right. Just means that somebody at one point decided the tail should go. Terrible thing to do, such a creature, but...
Yeah, it looks like it's seen a lot of tough times itself. It's one of its eyes is, so it does have these kind of striking blue eyes, but one of them does appear a bit glassy, and it's got kind of like a scar across its face. One of its ears is notched clearly from some kind of fight, and it does have, now that you're looking at it more closely, it does have these just scars of combat, as it were, all about it.
Does it look particularly old, other than being in a number of scraps?
It's certainly not young. It doesn't seem like it's terribly old.
Okay. Well, I'll see what I can do to find him some mending. Probably not tonight, but at the very least I can... Maybe I'll try and build another fire, and we can try and keep warm. Wait out until some sort of healer would be up and about. Don't want to be waking anybody up in the middle of the night. Come on, Phelan. You're coming with me now.
Phelan barks and hops to his feet and follows you. And as you make your way out of the alley, unbeknownst to you, but behind you, the door creaks open slightly, and that large fleshy figure from before steps out slowly and peeks its head around the corner. Its eyes flash bright red. So you make your way to another part of the city.
Well, that's a bit creepy, but I don't know nothing about it. It's fine.
It's fine. This is fine. Everything's
There's
fine.
no problems here. It's no problem at all.
So, let's see. What's the next day? The next day would be... So that was Sunday. A day of rest and relaxation. Today would be Moon Day. Cathona...
It was quite relaxing, I'm sure.
This is Cathona the 18th. 4672 Absalom Reckoning. So, in the morning, you find yourself just somewhere in the lower districts. We'll say by one of the docks.
Sure. Some place outside.
You've found a nice little spot to sleep underneath a like sort of merchant stall that hasn't been filled in yet. And as the dawn cracks, you decide it's time to sort of get out of there. Phelan wakes up with you and climbs out of the stall as well. And not many people seem to be around. There's some dock workers wandering about, but they haven't seemed to notice you yet.
All right. Would someplace in Dockside there's got to be some sort of mender or doctor. Might even go to a stables or some sort, a library.
All right,
they might know something about
your level times con overnight.
Yeah, which is where I went to 12 instead of 10.
Okay, got it. I
I
forgot about sleep. Yeah.
I took care of that. I knew sleeping was good. So yeah, I'll look for either a livery or a medical, somebody who could possibly bandage me up and maybe even bandage Phelan up, because it looks like he could use a bit of care.
There's a couple of temples around that can donate their time to the poor to heal them. In fact, there's a Church of Abadar not too far from where you are.
It's convenient.
It's kind of
They'll be wanting their due anyway.
Part of the upper district.
Sure, I'll make my way to the Church of Abadar.
Okay, so it takes you maybe 30 minutes or so to make your way over to the nearest small Church of Abadar. It's maybe a bit more of a small building with a shrine in it, and a couple of priests. There is a much bigger cathedral to Abadar elsewhere in the city, but it's more of the nobles than for the common folk. As you enter, still kind of bleeding a bit from the night before, and frankly, blood all over your rags. One of the acolytes there turns and sees you. They have it's a half-elven woman with dark black hair, short cropped, but she has this necklace with about 30 keys, all of various metals, kind of jangling from her neck as she turns to see you. Oh dear, you look like you've seen something. Can I get you some help? Are you all right?
I would prefer some sort of mending, if you don't mind. A couple bandages, something of that sort. I'll pay whatever tithe you need.
Oh, good. I was just about to ask. She seems very relieved. Well, for your kind, we only ask for a copper.
Well, that's very kind of you then.
But
I will.
Before
of course. I know the rights here. I will pull out 2 copper, in fact, and pass those over. But one at a time. Very, very gingerly. Just go 1, and then 2.
Your donation has been kindly noted, kind stranger. Abadar will look favorably upon you, and do remember that come tax season, you can write this off on your taxes.
Of course.
Now come. And she leads you over to a bed, where she lays you down, and does a bit of that healing touch. Touch. You recover back to full health.
Excellent. I don't suppose you all treat dogs here while you're at it, do you?
Not normally, but the injuries don't look so bad. And you did give a sizable donation for your status. Sure, why not? Come here, boy.
Just give him a bit of once over. Go on tour.
Phelan looks at you and then looks at her with his steely eyes and walks over and sits. She just kind of pets him lightly, and you can see the white healing magic pass over his wounds and mend up some of the scars.
A little bit to do. She's just doesn't look like he's had any care in quite some time. Seems he's doing some.
Hungry.
I was thinking about doing something about that. Unless you have anything we could purchase here for him to eat.
Well, we do have a few offerings for the poor. Sure, I can see if I can find a few things. And she makes her way over to she heads to a barrel in the back, pops it open, and shuffles through a few things and pulls out some 2 slabs of salted meat, and brings them over. One for you She drops it on the ground, and one for you if you want.
Yeah, greatly appreciated. Hold just a moment. Greshy goes back into his bag, pulls out another 2 copper, 1 at a time. There we go. Second. Least I can do since you've been so kind to us.
Abadar thanks you.
And I thank Abadar.
Well, you're certainly welcome to stay here as long as you wish. I've got my duties to attend to.
Of course, of course. Thank you. What was your name again?
Sabella.
Sabella. Thank you, Sabella. It's kind to find somebody who actually cares about the poor in the city.
Well, all of us are needed for civilization to thrive.
That's not something. Well, I'll eat my share. Spend maybe a little bit of time just kind of resting up, but I don't want to be in here too long. As kind as it was for her to give me a discount, copper's probably not worth the time that I'm spending in here, so.
Okay.
I'll step outside, and if it's morning time, I might make my way back over to see these the night scales again. Because I feel it's, if nothing else, I have some answering to do.
So you head back out on the streets, ready to go meet with the night scales. And as you're passing through the upper district, you can see that there's quite a lot more. Ido says, "Wear the hat." In chat.
Greshy will wear the hat. You know what? Yes. Well, not to see the night scales, but while he's walking on his way, he'll kind of fit it on, see if it suits him. Try and see if it even fits. Does have a bit of a big head.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of set it on, adjust it. It's a little small for you, but
looks a little ridiculous, nice. But you know.
Yeah. You don't have a mirror to look in, but you feel posh. Gives you a little bit of kick in your step. You saunter down the avenues, ignoring the somewhat strange looks that you're being given. As you're making your way down the ramp to the lower district, you can see coming from the other direction a group of armed Magnamar city guard, about 6 of them, and
I take the hat off. I take the hat off and I stow that shit right away.
You yoink the hat off and tuck it into your clothes.
Yeah, my rags.
So yeah, there's these six armored men marching down the street, and one larger man behind them. He's wearing seems to be an elven man. He's wearing some pretty big, heavy robes that are very well ornamented. And underneath them is this kind of like thick, like heavy armor underneath.
Okay.
Magnamar lore, if you got it. Well, you have it.
Yes. Yeah. If I have it. That's only a 9 on that though.
Well, luckily this is not a very hard check. It's basically exactly what you needed. This is a Justicar. One of the justices of the city. And you really generally don't want to be involved with them.
I don't want them to see me.
They're the ones who mete out justice, and are often, judge and jury in any trials in the city.
Are there any shadows or alleys I can kind of slink into to be out of the way as they pass by?
Perception.
Yeah. I'm curious, but I'm not curious enough to go getting anywhere near a Justicar if I can help it. 24.
Okay. You do see some alleys nearby that you could duck into. You can give me a stealth check to try and avoid notice.
Oh, sure. That'll go swimmingly, I'm sure. That's a 9 on that one.
Okay, you duck
They may
into
have seen
some
my hat.
alleys as they are coming through, and they all stop as they. So you've ducked into an alley. Unfortunately, it's one for which there is no outlet, and they seemed like they're initially going to pass by the alley, but then one of them says, "I think I saw him go over here," and they turn and look down the alley and see you kind of trying to hide behind a barrel,
ducking behind.
You're short, but not that short. They can see the light bouncing off your head.
Well, damn.
The justice steps forward. And did I show him what you look like? I didn't show. Hi, I'll just show you. So,
oh, he looks pleasant. Look at that.
Man,
looks like a friend.
Yes, this large elven man in clothes that look almost ill-fitting, steps forward with a stony gaze on his face. You are Greshy Ironroot, correct?
Some folk call me that, eh? Not many, though.
Old Dagnabber, then? Is that good enough?
Yeah, that's more like what they call me nowadays. What do you want?
Excellent. You are under arrest for the murder of Naslar Bendito. Men, take him into custody.
Well, shite.
And he just turns on a heel, and the guards move in to surround you. And
I don't suppose there's any way I can like tumble my way out of this. Is there?
Sure. Yeah. This is about to end, but you can. Yeah. Let's see if you can tumble. Let's acrobatics check.
How many acrobatics checks do I need to get through 6 cards?
We'll just call it one pretty hard acrobatics check.
Okay.
I can tell you the DC before you do it.
Sure. I mean,
let's look at our DC chart. So
I have a 6 in acrobatics.
So this is DC 18.
Okay. That's actually completely doable. That's a 20 total.
Okay, so Greshy, you managed to slip through them, run past the Justicar, and bolt through the streets, Phelan running behind you. You hear the shouts of the justice as the guards take foot to try and catch up with you. And I think that is where we're going to stop for the night. And leave the rest to our viewers' imaginations, at least for now.
That will go well.
So, that's it.
That was wonderful.
A little sneak preview at Greshy's backstory.
Mm-hmm.
Hope you guys all enjoyed it. These are intentionally a little bit shorter than usual, just so we can knock them out in one day. Yeah, he was never heard from again. So, yeah, hope you
just adopt some other fake name. It'll be fine. Nobody would ever catch on.
Thank you for doing this with such short notice, or shortish notice.
Yeah, appreciate everybody coming by. It's always good.
Hopefully we'll do a few more of these for the other members of the party at some point. But yeah, that's all I got. Yeah, surprise backstory. Haha.
Yay!
See if you can tease out some of the details that we put in there. But, all right, that's all I got. That's it for third action for today. You can find us every Tuesday night-ish at twitch.tv/thirdaction. We'll be back. I guess by the time you hear this, if you're listening to the podcast or watching on YouTube, we'll should hopefully be back the next week. I don't know, check our Twitter or something. I'll try and keep you guys up to date. Otherwise, I'll be in Japan having fun. So, finger guns, bang, bang, bang. Like, subscribe, Twitch follow. Farewell. Good night.
Bye.